Clock. Where are you, clock? Hey team, how we doing? Just checking everything is working everywhere. Yep. TikTok good to go? Is YouTube good to go? Okay, I'm looking at two screens right now. Just want to make sure that the sound is working in both sides. Can you guys let me know if you can hear me, or am I just talking to myself? All right. Okay, we can hear. Good. That's good to go. I'll just do a quick check on this. How are we doing here? Yeah, that's good too. All right, team. We're good to go today. It was a bit of a mad rush, but basically today we're going to be looking at differentiation questions. I've got 5 questions for you. These questions are parallel questions to the 2024 paper. So I've just taken question 1 from the whole of question 1 from 2024, and we're going to do parallel questions to that. So I've run it through ChatGPT to get some similar questions like that, and then we should be good to go. K-pop Demon Hunters was, I think, I'm not gonna lie, the first time I watched it, I was like, what is this? And this is my second time watching it, and I'm not gonna lie, I love the songs, and yeah, so all right, so just to give you a bit of an update on these questions. So I think I've got, let me just double check the levels of these questions so that you can kind of get a gauge of it. So the first 2 questions will be achieved, then we've got 2 merit questions, and then we've got 1 excellence question at the end of it. All right, so this is, I need to set it up so that I can actually show you guys the questions prior hand, but it's just, I can only do one thing at a time, so we're going to try and go through these questions. Let me just adjust a couple of things, and then we should be good to go. Calculator, where's the calculator? Chuck the calculator here. Is watching level 3 calculus useful for level 2? Overloved, I think it's probably a little bit too much. I would stick with the level 2 stuff first. All right, guys, so we're gonna get started. So the way we're gonna do this, I will give you folks a couple of minutes for this question to try and answer. So we're only going to be doing 5 questions today. As I said, 2 achieved, 2 merits, and an excellence. So you got to stay till the end if you want to catch up with the excellence. But this paper is very similar to the 2024 paper. So we'll give you a couple of minutes, and then at 8:05 I'll go through the answer for this. Just write that down here. 8:05 for the answer for this one. Hey Layla, welcome back. Okay, now bro, yeah. Adobe Slayer, you pretty much need to get like minimum 2 achieved questions, because I think if you only get like 1 achieved question in each of them, you'd only get 6 points, and that will not be enough for an achieved. Hey guys, hey Sosa, yeah, welcome everyone. It's a pretty busy day. We got 72 people here. And we got about, how many are in there? Goat at work. Yeah, I have such an embarrassing story about goat. I think when we're done with all of this, you guys should ask me the story. Casson, I don't think it matters if Linfield people are here. I think what matters is that you're here and you gotta learn at the moment. All right, 1 more minute, and then 1 more minute, or should we just go through the answer? I think Broke Boys has already got the answer ready to go. Was OSC doing level 2 maths tomorrow or level 3? If you want to study for level 2 physics, go check out my good friend Mr. Weebly on YouTube. He is amazing with level, physics stuff. Go check it out. Oh, not the 6-7 again. Vishal, yes. So starting with 2 achieved, and then 2 merits, and then 1 excellence question. What's the best way to pass all the 3 standards for calculus? Cooked for real, bro. You've got to put in the time and effort, eh? All right, let's go through this answer real quickly. I really want to spend time with the merits and excellence questions. All right, so the first thing we need to do for this question is I'd actually put this as g of x is equal to 5 minus 4x to the power of 6 to the power of half. And then when I differentiate it, I bring the power down, which is going to be a half times 5 minus 4x to the power of 6. And then I've got a half take away 1, and I've also got to multiply by the differentiation of whatever's inside the bracket here. And in this particular case, this is equal to negative 5 is going to become 0, and this is going to become negative 24x to the power of 5. So you can actually leave the answer like this. And then what you can do is, if you want, you can actually simplify it further, but there's nothing wrong with leaving the answer like this as well. But there might be some people who are like, oh, how do I simplify this further? That'll just be negative 12 x to the power of 5, and then 5 minus 4x to the power of 6 to the power of negative half. Now you can go further on if you'd like to, but I would actually stop at that second line. All right, let's go to the next question. I think this is just throw up what do you call those things, emojis, if you're good with this question, people, and then we can go to the next one. Yes, extra random. So we're doing 2 achieved. We'll always do 2 achieved, 2 merits, and an excellence every session. Sorry, Big Media, you know, I've got to kind of go through this thing with my kid and spending time with him, and that's important, you know. Now he's gone to bed, so 8 o'clock. All right, this is going to be the last achieved question for the day, and then we've got 2 merits and an excellence. I'll give you folks a couple of minutes for this question. What are we at? 8:07? Okay, so I'm going to go through the answer at 8:09 for this. When is level 2 algebra? Oh, yeah, true. Where's my little downloads? 8 p.m. There we go. I think tomorrow I've got level 1 maths. No, day after tomorrow. Next week we'll come back and update the, what do you call it, all the rest of the tutorials. Simba NZ, this is on TikTok. Basically, these questions are achieved questions at level 3 differentiation. And then we'll do a couple of merits soon. Moose, ellipses are, I mean, they're handy, I think, especially for complex numbers. Sometimes they ask you to write like the locus questions. They ask you to write it in ellipse format. But I think they've stuck to circles. I don't know. Yeah. All right, guys, got another 45 seconds and I'll go through this answer, yeah? Moose, what year level are you? Arit, yes, I've got to finish the probability series, so I need to get it done soon. All right, let's go through this question here. So this question, one of the things we need to remember is that we've actually got 2 functions that that we have here, and they're getting multiplied by each other. And so what we need to use for this particular question is the product rule. So I'm going to write this as u and v. So u is equal to 2x squared minus x plus 1, and v is equal to cos x. So u dash is going to be 4x minus 1, and v dash is going to be negative sine x. Once that's done, I can write y dash as u dash v plus uv dash. Actually, I might just put this as f dash of x actually. So u dash is 4x minus 1 times v, which is cos of x, plus u, which is 2x squared minus x plus 1, and v dash is minus sine x. So that's my gradient function right now, and what we're asked to do is to find the gradient of the tangent to the curve when x equals to pi over 2. So we've got to find f dash of pi over 2. So we've literally going to replace wherever there's an x with pi over 2. Just trying to think, cos pi over 2 is 0, so that whole bracket is going to end up being 0. And then we've got 2 pi over 2 squared minus pi over 2 plus 1 times negative sine x. Now, here's a little tip for you guys, and this is so that, like, I hate typing these types of equations in the calculator, right? Because I know that I'm going to stuff up, make a mistake somewhere. So what I actually like to do is I do a little bit of cheating in this. Not cheating, it's just using the calculator, right? So what I do here is I go into the calculator, go into just the run mode, and I think it is option and calc. So if you go to calc, there's a little button called d/dx. So I'm going to click on that. And what I could do is I write the function here where this little box is. So I'm going to write down bracket 2x squared minus x plus 1. And then I'm going to close the bracket, open another bracket, and I'm going to put cos x here. And close that bracket as well. And then my x is equal to, if I can get to my x is equal to, pi over 2. So shift pi divided by 2 like that. And I can do this, and what I should get is, I got 5.529. Let me just double check if my calculator is no, there's the problem. My calculator is actually in degrees mode. I'm going to change it back to radians. Now try it, and there we go. That should be the answer for this negative 4.36. So what I've done here is, if you just do that part without showing any of the differentiation part, you will actually not get a grade for this. But if you, what I like to do is, like, I mean, I'll show you guys the line numbers here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. As long as you can show up to like line 4, you can use the calculator and get away with just writing the answer down. Because you can imagine putting line 5 in the calculator. I mean, it's very easy to make a mistake here or there and get it wrong. So I'm going to pause there. Let me know if there's any questions, because I know that I'm trying to keep up with double chat. It's always quite hard. Broke boys, I think complex numbers is the easiest because they have like nice proofs. Ekampreet, no, you can do the product rule in different order. I don't think it matters which order you do it in. Year 7. Yeah, I don't think you guys learned this in year 7. But tell you what, you know, follow this, and then maybe in about 4 or 5 years time, when you come here, you can actually get used to these questions. Are the integration and differentiation questions similar? Nah, Citizen, they're quite different, right? While we're at it, just thought I'll just add this in the mix. If some of you guys are like, oh man, I don't know what the hell this guy's doing, just head down to my YouTube channel, and I think I've created these 3 playlists there, which is differentiation in 15 hours, integration in 15, and complex in 15 hours. So it's a 15 hours, you cover pretty much everything that there is. Or if you want to do like just the essentials, that kind of covers all the essentials type of questions they could ask. But these 3 playlists are really good if you are kind of stuck and wanting to do a bit more work. No, I think extra random, we have found the gradient of the tangent because that is the gradient of the tangent. QO, I do read it, but it's pretty hard to keep up with all the kind of like craziness that's happening with both chats. How can I help? But anyway, are we good with this? Let me know if you guys are good for this question. Throw a emoji and then I can move on to the next question. You know what, Cooked, I actually need people to do like reviews for the 15-hour playlists. That'd be amazing. YUH, I'm also live on YouTube at the moment. Taylor, you're welcome. What's happening in life at the moment? A few years back, huh? All right, here we go. Next question. I guess you guys are good to go with that. So this is going to be a merit question, and we're looking for when is this function decreasing. I'm going to give you guys about, I don't know, like 3 to 4 minutes for this. So let's go through it at 8:19. Let's go 8:19. I'll go through the answer at 8:19. Kyo, yeah, I did that last year. That was good fun. Sure, Rohan, you can get that. So team, this is a merit question here. So remember that when you differentiate it, you're pretty much good to go for an achieved. And I think that's why, do we need product rule for this? Cooked, I don't think you need product rule for this because I think things can be differentiated fairly straightforward. Product rule is like when something is getting multiplied with something, like when you have like a function of x multiplied with another function of x, then that's when you actually end up getting product rule. And in this case, you've only got numbers times multiplying by x, so that means you don't actually need to use the product rule. Not sure what you mean by Alfred, but I'm basically going through 5 questions today, 2 achieve, 2 merits, 2 excellences. I gotta say, a couple of years ago, I tried to use ChatGPT to generate questions, and it was awful. But now I think it's getting better with generating these questions. Suzanne, yes, these are this is last year's exam paper, just with parallel. When I say parallel questions, that means I've changed. Mr. ChatGPT changed the numbers for me, and working through those at the moment. Yeah, sure. I take these from the past papers and I take the ones from recently because I think yesterday's tutorial I took some questions from earlier in the 2016 or 17, and those questions seemed a bit too easy for like excellence. So that's why I'm going back to like 2024 papers. Decreasing means yes. That means y dash is less than 0. All right. Let me know if you need another minute. Otherwise, I'm happy to go through the question. How do you guys do mocks in week 5? I mean, like, so what, do you do mocks and then internals? All right, cool. I'll give you another minute. We'll go through it at 8:20 then. But actually, what I might just do is I might just do the first part of the question, right? Leo, this is level 3, year 13 calculus. Molly, I don't think, look, we're supposed to make mistakes, Molly. I failed those papers quite a bit of times before I got my act together. The fact is you're here right now and you're trying to learn, and I think you still got like 2.5 months for the exam, so you got plenty of time. But I think the practice, though, you got to start right now. Otherwise, it can get a bit too crazy at the end. Saif, what level are you? I got some crazy stories with kids like failing level 1 maths and are doing engineering right now. SRWL, I see what you mean by. All right, guys, that's 820. Let's actually go through this answer here. So the first part I'm going to do is I'm actually going to differentiate this. So y dash is equal to, what do we got? 4 times 2 x minus 5 to the power of 1 plus 45 times 1 over x. So I literally have y dash is equal to 8x minus 5 plus 45 over x. Now what I need to do is I need to figure out when, because it says function is decreasing. If function is decreasing, then we know that the gradient has to be less than 0. So if it's less than 0, I just quickly saw the chat there, and this were, watch differentiation first before you do integration, otherwise it won't make sense. Go and check out the 15-hour playlist. Yeah, just do the differentiation one first, and then do the integration. It definitely will help you there. All right, so what I've got here is 8x minus 5 plus 45 over x, and I got to figure out when is this going to be less than 0. Now the first step I need to be doing is I need to get rid of that x from the denominator. So, but before that, actually, first step is I need to expand the brackets. So that's going to end up being 8x minus 40 plus 45 over x is less than 0. So now I'm going to multiply every term by x. And when I do this, I'm going to get 8x squared minus 40x plus 45 is less than 0. Now I just want to check my notes real quickly, and I think, do you need to show, you must use calculus and show any derivatives that you need to find when solving this problem. So the way you can do this is from here, because you have the graphics calculator, or you could actually use quadratic formula to find the two solutions. But if you think about it, this number is a positive 8, and because it's a positive 8, you're going to have a parabola that looks like this. Why did I? Oh, actually, no, wait. I'll actually do the questions, guys, and then I'll try and get to the answers at the end of it, because let me just do the answer first. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into menu. We're going to go into equation. We're going to go into polynomial, 2 degrees, and we're going to type in 8, negative 40, and 45. Now, when we do this, we're getting these two kind of ugly numbers there. But my first ugly number that I'm looking at is 1.79. And my second ugly number is that 7.1 actually, not 79. So 1.71 and 3.29. Now, what we're doing here is we're trying to figure out when is this less than 0. Less than 0 is actually here. Because if you think about it, this shape is a parabola, and we're trying to find the x-intercept. So the x-intercept is 1.71 and 3.29. So we can pretty much say decreasing function. So we can say function is decreasing, or decreasing function 1.71, and so that's between 1.71 and x is less than 3.29. And that's pretty much it for this question to get a merit. So this would be a merit grade right here, and this would be an achieve. That part there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write some numbers down, and let me know if you have any questions. Now I know I saw the first question there. Someone asked me, what is this? Someone asked me, why did I multiply in everything by x? The reason I multiplied everything by x in line 5 is because I actually wanted to make sure I get a quadratic, and I didn't want to have an x in the denominator. All right, so let me know if you have any other questions as well, all right? Just tell me like what line number you have, and then we can go through that. What happened to the -3? When you differentiate the -3, it disappears it changes into 0. Now remember, there's not a Ollie. There's no brackets around x minus 3. ln of x is by itself. So when I differentiate ln of x, I just get 1 over x. Do I have the? I don't think I have it here. Average bot, who is your maths teacher? How did you differentiate the first bit? Max, I use chain rule for that. When you, why is it 1 over x? Shea Watini. When you differentiate ln of x, you're going to get 1 over x. Ollie's question. What was Ollie's question of? Yeah, Ollie, I think it's just the bracket. I think you kind of forgot about the bracket. St. Bede's. Where is St. Bede's? Yeah, Daniel, ask away. I know he's been saying, but what is the question? I put the equation for the graph into Desmos. Citizen, I think you might have forgot the 45 over x. %, 30 FPS. I think I would have put, if that ln of x minus 3 was in a bracket, we would have put the bracket. So that's why. Wyatt, I think it's decreasing function is like when the gradient is, negative. So it's actually going down. So what the parabola that we've drawn in line 7 is basically just it's just telling us that everything, the gradient is actually positive here, the gradient is negative here, and the gradient is positive in this zone. Shonix, only if x is in the denominator, because if x is in the denominator, I have to get rid of that x. So that's why I need to multiply everything by x. All right, what am I saying, average bot? Let the man go in peace. Yeah, I think you're right, Hex. Yeah, and this one, chain rule, the first step. All right, let me know if you guys are good with it. Kessin, I'm still doing it. I've got like 4 coming up in term 4. Cooked for real, bro. That one is... it's always the case. You always end up with a quadratic for increasing and decreasing functions. And you get this parabola that you got to draw, and you try and figure out the zones. All right, Mr. Manuel. Yeah, you're an amazing teacher. Okay, cool. Let's go to the next question, folks. That's a merit one. Here is... what happened here? All right, I got to fix that question there. Give me 1 second, folks. Let's do this one here. In the meantime, I'll actually sort out the next question. Right, so this one here, I'm going to give you folks, how much time should I give you this one? Determine the nature. Yeah, let's do 4 minutes for this one. So we'll go through the answer at 30 right now? So let's go 8:33 p.m. I'll go through the answer at 8:33 p.m. Hex, I'll be back. I'll be back to UOA. I've been meaning to come and visit. This is still a merit question, 30 FPS. Yep, David, definitely product. No, I don't think it's a nasty one. I mean, it's... Jane, if you take level 3 calculus next year, yeah, pretty much everyone does the 3 externals, which is the differentiation, complex, and integration. Stationary point is when the gradient is equal to 0. Yes. And this one, quadratic is a parabola, so you will always have a parabola shape for those increasing and decreasing questions. User from TikTok, please don't talk about distributions. It gives me... I like doing normal, binomial, and Poisson, but the other two I don't even know where to start from. Derivatives, Kessin, it's basically saying that you need to show any function that you differentiate. Cooked for real, yes, it does. I think kinematics comes in integration. I'm assuming that's the previous question you're asking for, Danielle. That one is because the gradient is negative. It's not y becomes, it's actually y dash. So it's telling that the gradient function, which is the y dash, has to be less than 0 for it to be decreasing. Caleb, you can 100% do that. Like, I want to share a story. Like, there was a kid that didn't do level 2 algebra and level 2 calculus. He followed my 3 15-hour playlists, and he's first year engineering at UOA right now. So 100% you can do that on your own. It's all right, Daniel. You can ask questions. Keep asking questions, man. Not today, Moose. Rice Dog, I don't know. It depends what you're trying to do. So Emily, it depends on the school's policies. Like, I know some schools like allow it. Like, when I was a head of department, I basically had a year 11 that wanted to do level 3. I was like, yeah, sure. That's what happened. Right, that's 8:33. Sorry, I nearly lost track of time there. Let's actually do this question here. So what we've got here is we're going to use product rule for this, because 3x plus 2 is u, and then v is equal to e to the power of negative x. So u is equal to 3x plus 2. U dash is equal to 3. V is equal to e to the power of negative x. And v dash is equal to e to the power of negative x multiplied by the differentiation of the power, which is negative 1. Just want to double check that. Yeah, 1 minus... what? Have I got a different question here? No, that looks right. Yeah, that looks right. All right, so then what we've got here is we're going to write down y dash. So y dash is equal to u dash v plus uv dash. u dash is equal to 3, v is equal to e to the power of negative x plus u, which is 3x plus 2, and multiplied by v dash, which happens to be negative e to the power of negative x. Now, if I want to find stationary points, I've got to put this y dash is equal to 0 for, I don't know, turning points I can call it, but stationary points. So I've got 0 is equal to 3 e negative x plus 3x plus 2 minus e to the power of negative x. Now, at this point, I hate e to the power of negative x because, you know, it's just kind of, it's there. We just need to get rid of it. And the way we're going to get rid of it is we're going to take it out as a common factor. So we're going to get e to the power of negative x is multiplied by 3 plus 3x plus 2 multiplied by negative 1. And when we do this, I'm going to get 0 is equal to e to the power of negative x. And inside here, I've got 3 minus 3x minus 2. So 0 is equal to e to the power of negative x. And here I'm going to get, what is it? 1 minus 3x. Now, I know that one of these brackets, I mean, this is kind of like the quadratics that you do when right at the beginning, you know, when you put two brackets equal to each other. So we've got e to the power of negative x equals to 0, or 1 minus 3x is equal to 0. Now, this case, it's not going to actually work out. So we got negative 3x equals negative 1, and then x equals negative 1 over negative 3. So our x value is equal to 1/3. Now, the issue with, what do I got, 1/3 or 1/5? I've got 1/3. So the issue with this question is that we've actually figured out what one of the stationary points is, but we need to figure out what its nature is. So which we mean we need to figure out whether it's a max or a min, right? So the way we're going to figure out whether it's a maximum or a minimum is we got to double differentiate. So if we have f dash of x is equal to, we kind of have simplified it here. So that's just e to the power of negative x multiplied by 1 minus 3x. Because remember, this f dash of x, this is still f dash of x. It's just simplified all the way from that top line there. So what I've done is I've actually gone from there, simplified all the way to there. That's my f dash of x. I think, yeah, let me just do the question there. But I think if you expand the brackets, you're going to create more product rules. We've got another product rule. This time I'm going to go with f and g. So f is, no, maybe not f and g. That's terrible. Let's go m and n. So m and n. So m is equal to e to the power of negative x. M dash is equal to e to the power of negative x times negative 1. N is equal to 1 minus 3x. N dash is equal to negative 3. So f double dash of x is equal to m dash n plus mn dash. So m dash is negative 1 e to the power of negative x multiplied by n, which is 1 minus 3x, plus m is equal to e to the power of negative x, and then n dash is equal to negative 3. Now the reason why I did f double dash of x is because I want to actually put 1/3 in f double dash of x to figure out whether it's going to be a maximum or a minimum. So I'm going to put down f double dash of 1/3, and I'm going to substitute 1/3 wherever x is. 1 minus 3 times 1/3 plus e to the power of negative 1/3 times negative 3. Now this entire part is going to become 0, because 1 minus 3 times 1/3 is, this part is actually equal to 0. So I don't have to worry about putting this in the calculator at all. That's just going to be 0. And all I've got here is negative 3 times e to the power of negative 1/3. And so when I do that in the calculator, we've got negative 3 multiplied by e to the power of negative 1 over 3. And that's going to give us a value of negative 2.14. And what we can do is, because I'm running out of space here, because f double dash of x is less than 0, we can say that x equals 1/3 is a local max. All right, so I'm going to write some line numbers, and I know this was a bit of a long question there, and just yell out to me if 10, 11, yell out to me if there's any particular line that doesn't make sense, and then happily explain to you folks. Grades wise, this is a merit question right there. A lot of work for it. And I think achieved is probably going to be somewhere there. All right, let's have a look at the questions. 1/3, double derivative. If x equals to 0, is it minimum turning point? Broke boys, no, because you have to remember that you've got to prove that it's a minimum or a maximum. Thanks, Curse Homie. Do you have to simplify line 20? Now, line 20, you can put it directly in the calculator, Jack. That's absolutely fine. The only reason I did that was because I saved a bit of time, because I saw the 1 minus 3 times 1/3, and I knew that was going to be 0. And yeah, that's why I was like, well, that's just a 0, so I should be fine with it. Let me just double check the question if it was merit in that year. This is 2024 D, was it? B, C, D. I'm just having a look at it. Yeah, 2024, this question, very similar question, was actually a merit. Is local max negative? Cook for real, if f double dash of x is less than, if it's negative, f double dash is negative, it's a maximum. And if f double dash is positive, then it's a minimum. So why? Sammy, you need to let me know which line you're looking at, because, yeah, I need to know the line so I can help you out. By the way, I hope you're not driving, Sammy. Hope you're at home, safe. Good question. I never know what the third derivative shows. Line 15 and 16. Okay, so line 15, I have to differentiate again from line 15. And because I need to differentiate again, I've got to use product rule once again. And that's what's happening in line 16 and 17. I'm using the product rule there. Kassan, no, I was never smart in maths. Failed 5 years in uni in my degree. Boy with a laptop, would love to, but need the go from your student leader team and deputy principals. Moose, that's why you use the double differentiation rule. So if f double dash is a negative, then it actually becomes it's called a max there. Malafi for study for recommend for level 2 calculus exam. Depends how much you know. I mean, go check out the YouTube playlist, level 2 calculus in 10, I think it's 10 hours. You cover pretty much everything. What did I take in uni? Failed engineering for a year, failed maths degree for 5 years. Why did we substitute x as 1/3? Ayushi, we substituted x because that's our turning point, and we needed to find out whether that turning point was max or minimum. Moose, hopefully that answered your question with the f double dash. If not, go check out double differentiation on the playlist, and you should be good to go. Yeah, Business Bird, the next question is an excellence question, and that should be the last question for the night. Moose, imagine like this, and I think this is a great question. Why is it called local max and minimum? If you take a cubic function, right? A cubic function actually looks like this. And what happens is you theoretically can't have a maximum because this function just keeps going. And you theoretically cannot have a minimum because, that function keeps decreasing. So then this point here becomes local max. This turning point here becomes the local minimum. Intuitively factor out E of X. Chill music vibes, like when you think about, when you get those questions where they say, put it equal to 0, right? The gradient is equal to 0. And then you've got to solve for it, but you've got a bracket with X and then you've got a bracket with E of X. Look for E of X as a common factor to take it out. And that way, that way you can actually get rid of the E of X. Jason, as mentioned before, this is, if you are feeling a little bit overwhelmed, go out here and then there's a level 2. Oh, wait, you're doing level 3. So level 3 differentiation playlist is there on YouTube. Go check it out. That should pretty much set you up. You got plenty of time to do this anyway. Finn, that's why they're turning points. Yes, you're correct. That's why they're the turning points. There we go, Jason. All right, nice. Can I do line 6 then put in calculator to find X? You can try, but I don't think it will work. I think it will probably give you an error there. But you can try, Arpreet. All right, guys. I think we're good with this question. I think let's go to the next one, which is the excellence question. All right. Business Bird, no, never going to do that. That's Mr. Walden's territory. DSS triple one or quadruple 1-4. Yes, you've got to actually double differentiate for anything to do with like stating the nature. So if you want to figure out whether it's max or minimum, then you need to do that. Line 7. What's happening in line 7? I just expanded the brackets and put the numbers together, citizen. Or if you're talking about this, see how I got e to the power of negative x and e to the power of negative x as a common factor? So I just took it out. No. You don't want to take... I think I did take it out in the next line. In the very next line, I took it out and I kind of simplified it. Line 10. Well, remember line 10, Sammy. When you have like a quadratic, you'd have something like this. X minus 3, x plus 7 equals 0. You would go x minus 3 equals 0 or x plus 7 equals 0. That's what we're doing between line 9 to line 10. $100. Actually, no, we're up to altogether. I got about 194 on both channels. Folks, let me know if you're good to go with this. We can go to our last question, which is an excellence question. Throw an emoji if you're good to go. A-Town, you can watch the replay on YouTube. It's simultaneous on both YouTube and TikTok at the moment. All right, one nasty question for the road. I'm going to give you folks like, I think 6 minutes. 6 minutes to do this question, but I might do it in parts. So after 2 minutes, I might ask you folks to maybe mute my voice so that we can actually work through it slowly for the people that are kind of not feeling confident, but don't worry about it. These questions are actually not too bad. Zah's wifey, yeah, I feel your pain. Quotient rule or something. You could do quotient rule, but I think if you try and do quotient rule, you're gonna end up with a nasty looking equation. I would actually recommend dividing everything by x, so separating it by separating each of the terms with over x. Riri, no, this is level 3. What's my YouTube? Well, it's the same thing as my TikTok. SK1. Jason, yes, but the only thing is, like, the clue is the curve has a point of inflection at the point Q. So what we've got to do is we've got to actually figure out what that x value is first. Now, if you're stuck with this question, which you might be, the first thing is differentiate. But remember how we talked about in the, I think Jason and a couple of the other guys were asking, do we actually, Jason, before you differentiate and put it equal to 0, I want you to pause and think about this, all right? So you know how we did the f double dash before? When f double dash of x is less than 0, it is known as max. When f double dash of x is greater than 0, it is known as min. Now here's the clue. When f double dash of x equals, whoa, where did it go? Come back. Equals to 0, then this is where point of inflection happens. So this is the major clue that you're going to need to solve this particular question. Gabri, no, this is level 3 differentiation. Did Sammy actually respond? I kind of missed the question. Sammy's not driving, right, today? Zaid, you asking me, do I tutor? I think I'm doing it right now. Good to hear, Sammy. You're not driving. By the way, I did send the t-shirts, folks. You guys should have got it sometime. You should be getting it sometime this week. I think they picked it up on Monday. Is Yuvraj here somewhere as well? Zaid, you're asking me that question right now. Hypothetically, I'm just saying, before I was helping 200 people in this live stream. If, you know, if I do one, what are the 199 other people going to do? So that's why I don't do private tutoring. I don't even do group tutoring. I just do YouTube tutoring. All right, so I'm going to start doing this question very slowly, and you can stay with me if you need to. Otherwise, if I'm talking too much, put me on mute. Don't look at the screen. But here's what we need to do, people. So I'm going to write this as f of x, and I'm going to separate the x. So I'm going to get 3x squared over x minus 4 over x minus 2x ln of x over x. And the reason I wanted to do this was because I didn't want to do a quotient rule and then have like a product rule inside a quotient rule. That is just insanely painful. So I actually wanted to see if I can get rid of that x somehow. And I can, because This will become just 3x. This, nothing happens. The x's actually cancel out here. So I've got f of x is equal to 3x minus 4 over x minus 2 ln of x. So before I differentiate it, I actually want to bring the x to the numerator. So I'm going to get 3x minus 4x to the power of negative 1 minus 2 ln of x. From here, I'm ready to finally differentiate. So when I differentiate, I'm going to get 3. This was going to become plus 4x to the power of negative 2 minus 2 times 1 over x, because ln of x is going to change into 1 over x. Is that all we need for now? No, that's f dash of x. So I'm going to keep going because f dash of x is equal to 3 plus 4x to the power of negative 2 minus 2x to the power of negative 1. Because I still need to figure out what the q value is, right? So I need to figure out what f double dash of x is. So f double dash of x is equal to negative 8 x to the power of minus 3 plus 2 x to the power of minus 2. And what I'll do is I'll actually pause and just double check that everyone's good with this so far. So at this point, because they said that curve has a point of inflection at point Q, I know that f double dash of x is equal to 0. So I'm going to put that down here. F double dash of x is equal to 0 for point of inflection. So 0 is equal to negative 8x cubed plus 2 over x squared. Now I'm going to pause here for a second because I just want to make sure that people are good to go with what I've done so far. Let me know if you don't understand something, and then we'll actually go from there. You're welcome, Kairam. Why is there a plus 2x minus 2? Which line are we looking at? That's from line 5 to 6, because when I differentiate it, negative 1 times negative 2, so that's this part here. Negative 1 times negative 2 is going to give me positive 2. How do you know that minus 8x cubed equals to 2x squared is equal to 0, as we don't know x yet? Well, the thing is, Jason, if you look at the little orange box here, this is what we're using here, because one of the things they say is it has a point of inflection. If there's a point of inflection, that means f double dash of x equals to 0. So because f double dash of x equals to 0, that's why I can actually put the 0 in there. Yes, Jay, I'm on pretty much. If you can look at the little corner of that little thing, it says 8 o'clock, Monday, Sunday to Thursday. All right, are we okay with what I've done so far? I'm just going to keep going now. So the next part is I actually want to figure out 0. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply everything by x cubed. So multiply everything by x cubed, because I don't like that x cubed in the denominator. When I do that, I'm going to get 0 is equal to minus 8. And this is probably not a good idea. I'm doing something wrong here. Give me a second. Now I'm actually going to do it the other way, because I want to show you guys the two answers method. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite this as 8 over x cubed equals 2 over x squared. And I'm going to cross multiply. So I'm going to get 8x squared is equal to 2x cubed. And then 0 is equal to 2x cubed minus 8x squared. And at this point, I'm going to take 2x squared as a common factor. And I'm going to get x minus 4. Just want to double check that. Cool. So from here, 2x squared is equal to 0, or x minus 4 is equal to 0. So what I'm going to get is I'm going to get two answers, x equals to 0 and x equals to 4. However, the thing that we need to remember is x is greater than 0, and because of that, we can actually ignore x equals to 0, and our x value is going to equal just 4. Hold on, something's up here. Why is that? Oh, that's interesting. All right, so the next thing is, because x is equal to 4 now, what we're going to do next part is, I just want to double check my notes here. I've got x equals to 4. I need to find the coordinate of q before I find the tangent, equation of the tangent. So I need to find what f of 4 is. So this case, I'm going to get 3 times 4 squared minus 4 minus 2 times 4 ln of 4, and all of that is divided by 4. So I should get 4 squared is 16, 48 minus 4 minus 8 ln of 4 divided by 4. So I've got 44 minus 8 ln of 4 divided by 4. 44 over 4 minus 8 ln of 4 over 4. That's going to give me 11 minus 2 ln of 4. So I'm going to pause here. So I've got my point. Q is equal to 4 and 11 minus 2 ln of 4. So once again, I'm going to put some line numbers here just to double check that everyone is all good with what I've done so far. You could do 15 to 20 in the calculator if you want to, but the only thing is it doesn't give you in ln format. Yeah, it's right, Hex. It does give you a nice little clue there. Level 1 maths is on, when is it? Thursday, guys. Max, the reason why I kept it in ln format is because it's actually way easier to manipulate much later on. But if you want to keep it as a decimal point, that's absolutely fine as well. There's nothing wrong with it. Now, the question's actually asking for equation of the tangent. So to find equation of the tangent, remember the formula for a straight line or a tangent. It's y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Now, we've already got y1 because that's this entire looking thing there. We also have x1, which is the 4. But what we need to do is we need to find out what the m is, and that's the gradient. So we're going to kind of carry on here. So in this case, we need to find f dash of 4. Now, we already got f dash of x. Where was f dash of x? That was line 5, is it? Let's do line 4. Yeah, line 4. So let's do line 5 actually. We got 3 plus 4 over x squared minus 2 over x. So f dash of 4 is equal to 3 plus 4 over 4 squared minus 2 over 4. I can't be stuffed. I'm going to use the calculator for this. Lazy right now. So 3 plus 1 over 4 over 16 minus 2 over 4. We should get 2.75. Let me just check that if we are on the right track. Yep, 2.75. So f dash of 4 is equal to 2.75. This is line 21, 22, and 23. Raha, we are doing differentiation, which is in level 3 at the moment. What else? Now we're ready to finally put it into equation of a straight line. So we've got y minus y1. We also have the m value, which is the gradient. That is 2.75. So we can say y minus 11 minus 2 ln of 4 equals 2.75 times x minus 4. So we could expand the brackets, but I'm just going to be super lazy and just write this as 2.75 x minus 4 plus 11 minus 2 ln of 4. And because I'm bringing the entire thing across to the left hand, from the left hand side to the right hand side, the only thing that's going to change is the symbol. So that's going to become plus, and we are pretty much good to go with this question. Huge question. So 23, 24, 25, and 26. And I think if you simplify it all the way to the end, what are you going to get? I mean, I know some people might want to do this. You don't have to, but I will do it anyway just to show you what the question could look like. So y is equal to 2.75x. And then we've got 4 times 2.75. That's 11. So minus 11 plus 11 minus 2 ln of 4. So you should get 2.75x minus 2 ln of 4. And if we really want it, 2 ln of 4 is going to be 2.77. There you go, 2.773. Broke boys, you got your E right there. Nice to meet you, Kayan. Yes, you have been using me for the last, I don't know how many years, but yeah, well done. Hey, team, look, that's a pretty long excellence question, but that's pretty much it for today. If you do have any questions with this so far, feel free to just ask away. I'm happy to help. But that's us for today. I will release the level 3 schedule for next week on Sunday, so keep an eye on it. Nah, 30 FPS. My voice is cracking. I had a migraine this morning, which I took a tablet and went to sleep for half a day. Where did I get the x minus 4? That's from line 24 to 25, Zahas. Because I just replaced all of those things. So the 4 actually came from here, which then ended up here. I think you can actually get, at line 26, you can definitely get E. I don't think you need to go past line 26. I just wanted to show it go past line 26 for the people that had done it with decimals. Business Bird, go check out CalcWald, WLD. He is amazing on YouTube to do scholarship calculus questions. Porchop, I know I have to keep reminding people this, but if you are kind of feeling a bit stressed that you're not ready for this or anything, all of these playlists are set up on YouTube for you. You know, yeah, there's a couple of them ones that are old ones, but they're still handy. Definitely recommend you to watch those 3 playlists. And I don't know if Yuvraj is actually here. He is a person that can actually vouch for these playlists. And yeah, I think most people have vouched for these playlists. So 15 hours is all you need to try and get through this topic. And then once you finish those 3 playlists, head down to the exams and revisions, and you've got your 3 major calculus ones to work through. So would strongly recommend you folks to go check those resources out on YouTube. Predictions. I don't actually do any of those predictions. I think I got like 1 question that I predicted correctly over, I don't know, I think it was 2017 I predicted a question. Apart from that, I've been pretty bad with predictions. So Star, no, I don't have any answers there for you. Anyway, folks, look, that's pretty much the questions for today. As always, I'll just hang out for a little while just to answer some questions or whatnot. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Enjoy the rest of the day and, well, rest of the evening. I will catch you guys on Sunday when I put out the schedule, have a look through, and then we can actually go from there. Yeah, I'll hang out for a couple of minutes. So no stress. Do I play football? I used to play football, Daniel. I was a goalkeeper. Finding the area of a chicken nugget. That'd be hilarious. Yeah, Citizen, that was, I haven't watched the highlights yet. I mean, I woke up and I checked the score and I was like, it is what it is. Yeah, TikTok is so funny, right? Like, it's like there's all these little achievements that I gotta do, and YouTube is like more chilled out and just relaxed. Yeah, look, guys, I know a lot of people ask for like scholarship calculus questions. Scholarship calculus is, go check out Calc WLD on YouTube. He is amazing. The guy from Mount Albert Grammar. Yeah, go check out his stuff. No, I'm actually all Indian. From India. When's the next level 3 calculus tutorial? That's gonna be next week Sunday. I'll post it up. I usually post all the live tutorial times, or when is it, on Sunday night or Saturday night, and just keep an eye on the socials, and then just jump on 8 o'clock whenever you can. I was a terrible goalkeeper, man. I think my first game I got smashed 8. I let in 8 goals. Have a good one, Pochop. Where are you from? I'm from Auckland. Do you have any med student stories? No, I don't have any med student stories, Citizen. Actually, I do have a med student story. I got a job. In uni, I got a job as a, what do you call it? You act as a patient for nurses exam, and that was, yeah, it was, you just go in there and they just ask you questions and you just pretend you're sick, and that was good money. Is there any chance to teach online, Salim? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Zahas, I teach at Ormiston Junior College. I teach like year 10s. That's the highest I teach. Brooke, I don't actually do level 3 stats much. I just do like just the probability one. I don't do distributions, or definitely not reports. OTC. Awesome, Jasmine. Awesome. I'm trying to think. It's like yeah. You know, my mom used to teach at Montreal College back in 2000s. So yeah, I got respect, mad respect for that school. I did, Brook Boys. I came last year, and I came in for a quick little. I was there like for half a day, and I'd be keen, man. Like, Broke Boys, if you want that to happen, talk to your principals or deputy principals, and let me know. How do I make this? There we go. This is what I needed to learn. How to make this chat box bigger so I can actually keep up with the chat. Which country are you in? Man. I'm in New Zealand. That's the country. Shonix, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to do calculus, or what subject are we doing? Tamaki College? Yeah, of course. Say hi to Mrs. Singh. I think she's still the HOD there, right? I'm sure she's the HOD there. Oh no, this thing is messing up now. Yeah, of course, yeah. I mean, like, yeah, just say hi to her. I haven't seen her in a while, because like I know most of the maths teachers, because we all, we all meet up every now and then at, what do you call that thing? Like conferences and stuff like that. So yeah, man. Do I know anyone from OSC? AJK23. I was the first curriculum leader of maths at OSC. Of course, I know the people there. By the way, AJK23, I've actually hidden a couple of Infinity Plus One stickers around OSC from back in the day. How can you learn maths? Make mistakes, fail, you'll be fine. $100% AJK23, man. Like, what year? Jack, that was actually from 2024. I just took the exam questions from 2024 and I rejigged it on ChatGPT and got them all out. Business Bird, I think I did do that, but what I found was that the questions that came from the past before 2017, like some of the questions are like now classified as like it doesn't work because like what they gave as excellence back then, now they do it as merits. So that's why I stopped beyond 2017. Hey, I know what you're trying to do with that question, all right? Jazz, what year level are you looking for? Level 3 or level 2? Don't know, Emo. Don't know. Yeah, AJK, like, who's your calc teacher there at the moment? Is the graph question still merit? Which one are you talking about, Cooked? You can code that, Daniel. You can code that. Level 3. Okay, sorry, I kind of looked at. Nah, complex is easy, Emo. Just gotta keep practicing those questions, right? And you'll be fine. The one with the holes and concave star. Cooked. What you want to do is, I think it's in the differentiation playlist. I actually did a couple of those questions. So have a look through it and see how you went. Who's it, Doc? I think you said you wanted to come back to OJC. It's always funny reading ex-OJC students, right? Yeah. Watson is he's gone to sleep. I can't see a username, but do I use area integral or definite integral because NZQA doesn't seem to specify. Ziyang fan, I think you probably could use definite. I think it should be all right. Speak of the devil, I can hear him. I can hear Watson. What is this 6-7 thing, man? Like I tried looking it up and I got confused. Zoom in and out of the calculator. I can show you that fairly quickly. Hang on, let me just see if I can jump over. If you want to zoom in your calculator, go into menu, go to graphs. Let's draw this, and you've got this shift view window. Just put that as init, draw again, and I think zoom, you can just go zoom in and out. So yeah, it's, you know, I mean, I know that you guys are so used to touch screens and all, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to work that way for calculators. Daniel, nah, man, like I think I was genuinely frustrated that day when I saw that, and that was the first time I'd actually ever done something like that. I never do anything like that but I think there's a part of me that's just like frustrated with the amount of work that we do and how much we get kind of like shunned aside for it. So that's why I was like, you know what, that's why I was like, nah, I'm gonna drop this. I don't care if I get into trouble. Raha, have a look at the playlist first, the 15-hour playlist, and then go through that. Aniket, look, I'm not gonna lie. Look, geez, man, like you guys are giving me so much grief about probability. Where is it? Where is it? I'm gonna prove to you that I am working on it. Where was it? Level 3 probability. Here we go. Yeah, see, I've got it ready to go. I'm working on the answers to try and explain. Once I get that ready, I will actually put it through. But it just takes a little bit longer because I'm not as fluid in probability as I am with the other standards. Oh, glad to help. AJK, I'm just across the road at OJC. I do drop in every now and then to OSC to come and say hi. Nah, Daniel, you gotta take that, man. Like, look, people call me crazy for doing some of the things. I don't really care what they say. I just do it. Zaz, I can't say I remember that name, but I might know the person if I see their, like, usually I remember people's faces. What, Infinity Plus 2? we did talk about Infinity Plus 1 gaming channel. 100% Daniel, you gotta embrace the cuckoo, man. Aniket, yeah, I used to, man. I mean, at the moment, it's just running. I love running, so more than anything else. Anika, please don't ask me about level 1 probability. That I look at that 1.3 external, and I'm just like, man, this is crazy. Like, it took me so long to come to stats, and I think I did like chance and data for 2 years, and then they culled it. Dahlia, go look at the playlist, the 15-hour playlist. They definitely will help you out. Ziang fan, look, man, to be honest, you know, I thought I would have stopped doing this. I think it was 2019. I thought about stop doing it, but I ended up just kind of like carrying on with it anyway. I was just like, why not just keep going? What is... Man, someone's got to explain to me how this whole TikTok creator camp works. It's like all these random things are popping up. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, let's just let it be. Yeah, I miss Chance and Data. Chance and Data was great, you know. I was just sad that I didn't start doing it earlier. I think I did Chance and Data for like 2 years before they cut it off. I was so annoyed. What's 3.3, David? I don't know what 3.3 is. What made you want to become a teacher? Wow, when was that? That was like in 2000. You know, I was studying to be an engineer, and then I decided to become a teacher because I failed in engineering. Longest distance I've ever run is 42.2. I ran a marathon in 2020. I so desperately want to run a marathon again. I don't know, just the training, the Sunday training is quite hard. Love it, Ziang fan. 2x speed. 15-hour playlist on 2x speed. I love it. Best advice, Daniel? I would actually say this. Hang on. I actually gave this advice to a kid in Nayland College, and he actually got back to me and he said this was the best advice he'd actually got. Let me just find it from the kid. Where did he call it? Sometimes I just drop these quotes and I just completely forget about it. But this is what he actually had said to me. Here's a quote for you. Where was it? Who asked? Daniel. Daniel asked me. And this is the quote I used like literally 4 weeks ago, and I completely forgot about it. But be comfortable with failure and you will succeed. Well, business bird, I had this young man, I think I said it in one of his classes in the morning. Oh yeah, he's got the red uniform on. But yeah, he was like, that's the advice I gave on that day. What is it? What was the thing? What did I start? I can't see the question. Ralida, I don't know what you asked me to start. Now I'm done, Ralida Coolest. I'm just hanging around, just having a yarn. Why don't I teach at Ormiston Senior College? Nah, I left there. I was there for 7 years. I left the team in a good space and walked across the road to junior college. Yeah, broke boys. I think I'm gonna have that as a quote for myself actually. Ziyang fan, I think once term 4 starts, what I start doing is I start doing one excellence question a night at 9 o'clock. That's just for level 3 calculus. We tried it last year and it was really cool. Just do one excellence question every night. Laurie, don't underestimate yourself. I mean, I was a failure. I was wagging all the time. I never went to classes. That was my fault. Ash, who was your cousin? I'm curious now. And I recognize. Zoo. Is it her last name Zoo? Yeah, I did. She's still at Epsom. I think she's still at Epsom Girls, right? AJK, I didn't even make past first year, man. I failed first year. Dahlia, sometimes that happens because I think it's like you kind of watch when you actually catch up a little bit and then it kind of lags. Dabu Milika, yes, why not? Dhruvi, no, I haven't. I'd love to. I actually did a Zoom session with Christchurch Girls, I think. But the closest I came to South Island was Nelson. And there was a talk about... last year I gave a talk at Assembly, Dhruvi. See you later, Dahlia. Have a good one. Is Benson here? Benson is here. You're welcome, Raw. When was that calculus days ago? Was it like last year or a few years ago? Dhruvi, would love to. I think talk to your... I would love to come and do some workshops with you guys. Great fun. Great fun. Why am I doing this? Oh, 5 years ago. Wow, that was like... Is it pre-COVID time, Raw, that you're looking at? How did you end up in the stream now? I didn't even have TikTok back then. Well, actually, no, I just started it. Wow, that is pre-COVID. That was a long time ago. I think it was only this year. What was it? Daniel. I only started streaming on TikTok like 3 days ago and was a massive, massive failure on Sunday night when I messed around with it. But I was like, you know what? I'm okay with failing. So that's pretty much how I did that. Oh, it's crack up. So you're scrolling through and you showed up and recognized the voice. Man, that is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Oh, you're welcome, DrewTube. 3 years of help, yeah. I can't believe it's been such a long time. I've unlocked tier 1 flare. What is a flare? What does a flare do? I want to know what a flare does. What is... Yeah, still learning these things, guys. Still learning these things. Yeah, Daniel, what's up? I can't figure it out. Uh, Comac, that's lovely. Yeah, but I think you know, yeah, that's cool. Always get uncomfortable when people say that because it's like I don't know what to say to that. 96, vaguely, yeah. Stopped watching cricket a long time ago, man. Daniel, that's a tricky one, man. Like, because I think one of the first advices that I got told was like, don't go in there trying to do that because you end up getting hurt, and then the kids get into more trouble because they've actually, placed a hand on a teacher. So that's why I never really kind of stay back and observe, and you kind of report that. What's IPO? IPO. This is what you guys call me, and it took me a while to figure out what IPO actually meant. That's how dumb I can be sometimes, and I found out that IPO actually meant for Infinity Plus One. I didn't even know my own name's shortcut version. I don't know what that means, see? See you later, Shonix. Let's look it up. Probably not C. Cheeky, man. He made me. This is what happens when you're like old. You guys speaking like code, and I look up the code and I get in trouble. Daniel, my son has this massive habit of trolling me when about that. So he has this thing. So my wife and he have this. Basically, they take the piss out of me in public. So I've had that happen, and my son would just start kind of giggling and just kind of laughing at me. And then he would actually start trolling me after that as well. And he goes, "Oh, can I also take a photo with you? I didn't know you were Infinity Plus One." So yeah, and my wife as well. They both give me a lot of grief about photos in public. Broke boys, why would you bring English into this stream? We're in a differentiation stream. Ray, I love that place, man. It's given me so much freedom to do what I do. I mean, yeah, got a lot of respect for that place. Sienna, I think I might have actually talked to you before about this. I don't know if maybe it's a different Sienna, but look, I'm alright with binomial, Poisson, and normal, but the other distributions, I got no clue. It's like my kryptonite. No, no, I don't actually do private tutoring at all because somebody else was asking me before about this, and I said that look, and sometimes I get requests from like pretty awesome people from LinkedIn going, "Hey, look, would you like to tutor my kid?" And I just say, "Look, I can't because if I tutor somebody for 1 hour, charge them like what 130, 140, whatever money, right? But if I do it for free online on YouTube and TikTok right now, I think for this last session I had about 200 people that came for that 1 hour session. I get to help 200 people for free or help one child for $150, 200 people for free, and then of course they can watch the replay later, which means that number goes up again. So I think I'll go with the free option. So that's why I don't do private tutoring. Optimization is good fun, Saro. Don't give up on it. Thanks, Sean. Musashi, I think. Oh, you mean like an essentials one for algebra and calculus? Ray, I think like the computer room is finally up, but I don't actually remember any of the passwords. I don't know, Musashi. I think I've thought about it, but it's like they keep changing things in. Maybe I will do it. Maybe on the holidays. Let's like do like a couple of hours and just go, these are all the things that you need to know. Okay, Shiloh, you gotta explain this to me. What's the whole concept of shoutouts? Like, I'm happy to say hi to Sophie from St. Dom's. Hi, Sophie from St. Dom's. I don't get that. That's a bit disturbing, Alyssa. 100% Tejveer, 100%. Mechanical engineering degree because of me. I didn't actually teach mechanical engineering. What are you talking about, BBB Gao? Are you talking about your calculus? David, have a look at the 15-hour playlist on YouTube for integration from my channel. You'll be good. If you start watching it now, by tomorrow, well, considering you'll probably have to go to sleep, but I think by the weekend you'll have it sussed out, buddy. Oh, happy to help, Kate. Happy to help. No, thank you, Alyssa. That's absolutely fine. Benson, of course I know Benson Mango. Benson's always been around this place. Musashi, if you finish the past exam papers, I mean, geez, there's the old tutorials that's actually worth watching, but I think you'll find it fairly easy because I do go through easy stuff, but I'd say go towards the end of those live tutorials, and I think you should be good with that because there are some excellent questions towards the end of each of those tutorials. No, Kenzie, no, never doing reports. Too much reading. Shiloh, look, that's another problem for another day, but like all I know is I've got to rebrand. If everything happens that way, I've got to rebrand the whole channel, and that's a lot of work for me. 100% calculus, Dhruvi. 100% calculus. Renita, what level are you? I mean, how did you find this channel just now? No phone legislation. Look, man, like the no phone thing is like, phone is like, I don't know, it's an argument that I can go on forever with that. Oh, thank you, Duang. I appreciate it. Oh, you're level 1. Nah, that's all right, Renita. Usually it's, if people come and say to me they're level 3 and they've never heard of this channel, I'd be a little bit worried. But yeah, level 1. Good luck. I think you'll be all right because I think by the time you get to level 2, there's tons and tons of resources for you on here. AJK, I think I enjoy my time at OJC too much, man. Like, it's a great place for me. I mean, I love that place, right? So, have I given people detentions? Yes, of course, David. I was a dean in Manriwa High School. I was giving up, putting people on reports, putting people on detentions, the whole shebang, demerit points. Casson, I'm doing it in term 4. I got about 4 schools locked in. Stone, it's not a, I mean, look, when you go up any level, it's going to be harder, right? I mean, that's part and parcel of the game. But the thing that's important is as long as you get in the work early, you'll be fine. So all I'll say is like, just get into those playlists much earlier, and this kind of like kind of be good to go. Strange child, Alyssa. What from part of India from? Dhruvi, South India, from Tamil Nadu. Dashvir, I think I actually did that question before. Have I ever taught sciences? No, Renita, no, I've not. What are the thoughts on changing NCA? Like I said, when it happens, it happens. We'll see. No, Kesson, I was not always smart in maths. In fact, half the time when I do these exam questions, I actually have to have the answers next to me because it doesn't work like that for me. I've got to actually look at the answers and then try and figure out how it works. There's no such thing as, what's this? Multi-guest. Requested to join as a guest. I don't get that. Why do people want to join as a guest? Hey, Avnish, how you going? Good to see you. David, I think the whole point of mocks being challenging than real exams is because I think they just want to give you a bit of a wake up call and then get your act to gear. I find that most of the time that even like when I go through, I find mock exams harder to do for videos than the actual real ones. Hey Avnish, how you doing? No worries, Ripley fan. Happy to help. Ooh. Maybe I should. This is what I should do. I should actually stop talking at. What is it? When I reach a follower goal of like. 244. That's too much talking. No, I'm not going to talk for that long. Tejveer, stop going through questions, man. Like, I don't want to do questions. I've done like so many questions today. I did like 5 questions. That's more than enough. You know, Mrs. Infinity Plus One is not going to be happy with that. Do I have any tips for level 3 physics exams? Absolutely. Go find Mr. Weebly on YouTube. He has got the most amazing physics resource out there for NCS students. That's my tip. Ziang fan. Don't even talk about international viewers, man. Like, there was one time I was doing a t-shirt giveaway, and basically before that I said it was only open to New Zealand. I should have actually said only open to New Zealand citizens, but ended up this kid from, I think it was like Philippines or Indonesia, won my t-shirt, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta honor this. And I think it cost me like $45 or $50 to actually send this t-shirt to this country, international postage, and I was just like, god, that was so expensive. Stone, please say hello to Mr. Weebly from me, and let him know like I'm still talking to a few people about the project that we were talking about. He knows what I'm talking about. Nah, Chenny, they were not watching NCA tips. They were just joined for the t-shirt giveaway. And so they just put down their name and said, oh, look, I'd like to join the t-shirt giveaway. And I was like, oh, yeah, sure. And my stupidity, I thought only New Zealand kids would be watching this. And so I was like, oh, yeah, sure, I'll send it over. But then next thing you know, the address comes through and he goes, oh, I'm from Philippines. And I was like, oh, man. I checked the post and it was like $45. I was like, God. Do you all have to be smart in maths to be a software engineer? Harleen, I think I would say more about, I don't think there's a thing called smart in maths, man. I think it's just, you got to, you just got to be not afraid to try things. Not sure, David. Not sure. I think they're still in talks. Nah, Alyssa, I've already posted the t-shirts for last week's winners. But I'm thinking of doing one in, TikTok because it looks actually kind of fun to do it on TikTok. How do you do percentages? Ray, check out the numeracy playlist. You should be good from there. Harleen, 100%. There's always a way out. There is always a way out for you to different things. No worries. You're welcome. Level 2 pre-calc in 2023. Yeah, sure. Why not? I do prefer differentiation. It's a lot of fun. Holy moly, I didn't realize it was 9:44. All right, guys, look, I'm so sorry. I gotta actually head to bed. I didn't even realize I was just yapping away. Yeah, but look, sorry, I kind of got distracted. I need to clip this at like 1 hour mark. I didn't realize I was just kind of chatting away so much. I think I know why. Actually, no, I know why. I'm waiting for like 75. The number to hit 70. Okay, it's hit to 73. Hit to 74, 75. I will call it a night. 75 followers from this TikTok live. That was a nice number to have. Yeah, I'll stop the stream in YouTube because it does get saved. Maybe that's what I should do. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. Maybe next time I'll jump onto TikTok after I finish the tutorial just so we can have a yarn. What do you reckon, YouTube gang? Is that a good idea? One day, broke boys, one day. Why not? No. Daniel's like, no. Okay, fine. I'll stay on both channels. Stay on both channels and have a chat. All right, we're up to 74 followers on TikTok. One more and I call it a night. Yeah, Tej, I know what you mean by it's always good to go with that. Cass and I started in 2013. You should look at my 2013 stats. I think I got like 3 subscribers in 1 year and then like 7 subscribers in the second year. It was crazy fun. All right, guys. Sorry, I do realize I've kind of been yapping away too much. Look, I'm not actually in tomorrow because I've been invited by. I'm actually going to a fancy black tie event. I'll actually post some stories on TikTok and Instagram. I don't think YouTube has a story mode, but if not, I'll chuck up a couple of reels later on. But I'm looking forward to attending that because should be good fun. Jazz, I teach up to year 10 maths. Nah, AJK, I'm at school. It's the award ceremony is at the night time. Of course I had TikTok, man. Who doesn't have TikTok? Everybody has TikTok these days, don't they? And by the way, who is this person? Like, this is not fair. Like, I get my students come in with like different handles, and then they start talking to me in my first name, and I know that they're from my school, but I don't know who they are. Oh, it's Maz. Oh, sorry, Maz. Yeah, look, the level 3 differentiation live is actually saved. It's saved on YouTube, so you can always go and watch from YouTube. Oh, thanks, Justin. Oh, I didn't even realize 77. Ah. I love it, Shayna. It's I think it's a place that's actually taught me a lot more than I could ever be grateful for. 100% Leify, why not? Sent a heart me. What's a heart me? What is a heart me? Thank you. I don't know what that means, but Lily McLean. No, I don't. Manu for the win, mate. Manu for the win. Trig methods internal level 3. David, I think I did that somewhere. Once. Last year. It's somewhere there. I think there's only one tutorial though. Casson, to me, I look at both of those guys and I'm going to be brutally honest. Like, at one point I was team Messi all the way. But at the moment, they're both equal for me. And I think I love, like, to be honest, like, I love how Messi is, like, naturally talented. But then you look at Ronaldo, man, the guy is just phenomenal discipline. And, you know, I wish I could have, like, at least 10% of the discipline that he has. You know, I don't care about his footballing skills. It's just the discipline. So, are you still a teacher at Papatoy? I never taught at Papatoy. I just visit there a lot. No, do I know a maths teacher, Miss Lisboa? Yeah, she's across the road at OSC. Did you cover the CAA answers? I did, Maz. I got a playlist up and running, but I just haven't made a video for it. It's on the lives. Sean, it's because I failed. That's all. Where to find past papers of NCA? Harleen, on my YouTube channel, you can find all the walkthroughs right there. Fire doing 100%, right? Like, Messi has just got that little magic that he is incredible to watch. Has anyone ever pulled up to your house? Yeah, I'm still at Ormiston 313. I do know Miss Lisboa. She's across the road, AJK. Weird fans interaction? Yes. The most weirdest one happened at the airport when they were, you know how you go past the border and they do a random test, and the guy actually pulled me aside and he goes, "Oh, mate, need to do a random test." I was like, "Oh yeah, sure, let's, whatever, man, let's go through this." And then he starts talking to me, and at one point I was like, "Oh, you know, like, I'm a maths teacher," and he goes, "Oh yeah, you're a maths teacher? Oh yeah." And then I was like, yeah, no, I do stuff on YouTube as well. And he goes, "Oh, wait. No way. I thought I recognized your voice." Because at that time, I didn't actually show my face on the channel. So the guy that, basically the Border Patrol guy, actually knew me from my voice. And he goes, "Oh, you're the guy that helped me with my MCAT back in the day." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, man. Like, nah, I used to do those videos." And then he was like, "Nah, you're all good, man. Now you go ahead. Enjoy your trip, man." I was like, that was the most... that was one of the most craziest stories that I came up with. You're welcome, Bree. We're up to 70. Okay, all right. Look, guys, time. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I got to get going. I'm not here tomorrow, but I will see you on Thursday. As always, thank you for watching. Alyssa Naidu. Are you back, Alyssa? What are you doing? Go study for your mocks. Wait, I'm sure this is the same Alyssa Naidu, right? Like, the OG Alyssa Naidu. Yeah, what are you doing on YouTube? Go and do some work, Alyssa. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Yeah. Nah, catch you guys later. I will see you guys on Thursday night. And we should be good to go. I think Thursday night I'm doing level 1 maths, but stay tuned on Sunday or Saturday. I will post the link for all the other tutorials, and then we can actually go from there, all right? Thank you again for joining today and actually chilling out for 40 minutes, just doing absolutely just random chats. Apologies about that. See you. Oh, hey, Bo. Good to see you, man. But yeah, catch you guys later. Have a good one. As always, thank you for watching. Yeah, see you later. I gotta end streams in like multiple places. Okay, one down. That's YouTube down.